Hello, dear friends, and welcome back to Time for Gardening. If you dream of a charming cottage garden filled with magical pathways, all while staying budget-friendly and eco-conscious, you're in for a treat today. In this video, we'll explore 30 enchanting pathway ideas created from recycled and sustainable materials that will add a timeless, whimsical touch to your outdoor space. Stay with me until the very end because each idea is packed with inspiration to help you transform your tiny backyard into a storybook garden without breaking the bank. Grab your favorite cup of tea, get cozy, and let's step into a world of creativity together. A winding path made of reclaimed bricks instantly brings a timeless storybook quality to your cottage garden. Each worn brick tells its own story, creating a sense of nostalgia and authenticity as you wander through blooming borders. Pairing the meandering bricks with delicate plants like lavender, catmint, or low-growing roses softens the structure even more. Over time, a few mosses and tiny ferns might sneak between the bricks, adding a naturally aged and magical feel. Turn bits of broken tiles, pottery, and smooth river stones into a one-of-a-kind mosaic that becomes a focal point of your garden. This creative reuse of materials brings not only sustainability, but also vibrant, playful color to your pathway. Surround the mosaic path with lush greenery and clusters of colorful blooms. The irregular pieces will shimmer in the sunlight, making each step along your cottage garden journey feel like walking through a living piece of art. Nothing feels more rustic and charming than a trail made of wood slices from salvaged logs. The varying rings and textures lend a delightful woodland vibe to your small garden spaces, perfect for an enchanting stroll. Nestling the wood slices into gravel or mulch ensures they stay sturdy and safe underfoot. Over time, the wood will weather beautifully, blending seamlessly into your cottage garden's natural rhythms. A crushed shell path instantly evokes a breezy coastal charm while staying true to cottage garden magic. The light tone of the shells reflects the sun beautifully, brightening shaded corners of your outdoor sanctuary. Bordering this path with aromatic herbs like creeping thyme, oregano, or rosemary adds fragrance and softness. As you walk, the subtle crunch underfoot and sweet herbal notes create a truly multi-sensory experience. Pebble pathways have a way of weaving gentle, quiet beauty through a garden, and when paired with lush ferns, they bring the spirit of a cool forest glade right into your backyard. The smooth stones invite barefoot wanderings on warm days, tucking the pebbles between larger plantings, with soft ferns draping gracefully over the edges, turns a simple path into a green ribbon of serenity. It's an easy way to soften hardscaping and make every step feel connected to nature. Old pallets, often discarded, can find new life as rustic, weathered walkways in a cottage garden. Their varied textures and imperfections lend a warm, handmade character to your outdoor spaces. Laying the pallet boards with little gaps in between allows wildflowers and ground covers to peek through, blurring the line between man-made and natural in a way that feels effortlessly charming. Nothing whispers old-world beauty quite like a moss-filled brick pathway. The worn surfaces and delicate greenery growing in between add softness and history to even a brand-new garden design. Encouraging moss to settle into the cracks is as simple as keeping the path moist and shaded. Over time, this lush carpet will grow thicker, turning your simple brick path into a romantic fairy tale lane. A simple gravel path becomes something magical when paired with wrought iron stakes topped with lanterns. The light, airy crunch of gravel underfoot contrasts beautifully with the structured elegance of vintage-style lighting. As the evening descends, the lanterns cast a soft glow along the pathway, transforming your cottage garden into a dreamlike retreat where every step feels full of wonder. Give new life to broken china and old river stones by crafting a mosaic pathway that's brimming with personality and charm. Each colorful shard and smooth stone tells a different story underfoot. Framing the trail with cheerful daisies or delicate foxgloves adds an extra layer of enchantment, making each stroll through your garden a little treasure hunt of beauty. Repurposing old concrete into stepping stones offers a rugged, weathered texture that fits perfectly into a cottage garden setting. These well-worn pieces create a naturally imperfect rhythm through the space. Tumbled concrete's neutral tones make it a perfect partner for colorful flower beds or trailing vines, offering a sturdy yet unobtrusive pathway that lets the garden itself shine. Broken terracotta pots, often seen as garden waste, can be reborn as charming pathway fillers. Their warm, earthy hues bring a rustic Mediterranean flair to your cottage garden, blending naturally with surrounding blooms. When scattered between larger stones or along the sides of a stepping path, these terracotta fragments create a textured, sun-kissed look. It's an easy and affordable way to add color and character while celebrating sustainability. An old wooden ladder, laid flat and filled with gravel or mulch, becomes a whimsical frame for a garden pathway. The aged wood offers a nostalgic feeling, like a secret trail waiting to be discovered. Flank the ladder with trailing plants like sweet alyssum or creeping jenny, and you'll have a pathway that looks as though it was lifted from a cottage garden fairy tale, inviting and full of charm. Colored glass bottles turned upside down along a pathway edge create an enchanting border that catches the sunlight beautifully. The vibrant colors dance across the garden floor, adding unexpected magic to your steps. This simple upcycling idea also provides a gentle guide for the path, making it feel more intimate and personal. Over time, the bottle's patina will only add to the aged, romantic feel of your garden. Vintage shutters laid flat across the ground offer a rustic, textured walkway that feels plucked straight from a forgotten garden. Their slatted designs allow plants to peek through, weaving garden and path together naturally. Paired with clusters of cottage favorites like lavender, daisies, and foxgloves, the shutter path becomes a playful bridge between structure and wild beauty, a signature of true cottage garden spirit. Mulch paths are one of the simplest yet most heartwarming additions to a cottage garden. Their soft, yielding surface feels wonderfully organic underfoot and allows rain to soak in naturally. Framing the mulch trail with bursts of wildflowers like cosmos and poppies transforms an ordinary walkway into a magical meadow lane, where every step is surrounded by life and color. Salvaged slate roofing or old stone tiles can be easily transformed into elegant stepping stones. Their weathered surfaces carry a rustic dignity that fits beautifully within the casual beauty of a cottage garden. Nestle the slate pieces into gravel or moss to soften their edges, and let trailing ground covers weave between them. The result is a path that feels both established and endlessly charming. Give old furniture a second life by repurposing drawer fronts as stepping boards. Their varied wood grains and gentle curves add character and storytelling to your garden's pathways. Laid out in a whimsical, slightly uneven trail, these upcycled planks invite visitors to wander slowly, appreciating every quirky detail along the way. Cobblestones nestled among creeping thyme create a fragrant, textured pathway that feels timeless. Every step releases a hint of herbal perfume into the air, adding another layer of enchantment. The combination of rough stone and soft, living greenery brings an ideal balance to the garden, blending the permanence of hardscape with the grace of nature. Old ceiling tiles or vintage tins, with their rich patina and delicate patterns, make a wonderfully unexpected path border. Their weathered textures add an instant touch of antique storytelling. Combined with pebbles, gravel, or mulch within the path itself, the tin edges frame your garden trail like an old, cherished painting. full of history and heart. Worn wicker basket lids, sealed for weather resistance, become playful circular stepping stones. Their woven textures offer a whimsical handcrafted charm to a cottage garden pathway. Spacing them loosely through a bed of low-growing plants turns a simple stroll into a playful adventure, with each step feeling like a page from a storybook garden. Old rubber mats, especially those with ornate designs, can be used as molds to create artistic concrete stepping stones. This clever upcycling project adds intricate floral or geometric patterns to your path. Placed among gravel or soil, these patterned stones bring a delicate, handmade feel to the garden, enhancing its sense of cozy creativity. terracotta saucers, normally used for pots, can find a new role as beautiful inlays along your garden path. Their round, earthy shapes create visual rhythm and warmth. Nestled among gravel or fine mulch, these saucers lead the way through the garden, each one inviting a slow, mindful step between fragrant bloom. Old barnwood, cut into rustic squares or slices, makes a pathway that feels rooted in history. Every weathered plank carries the story of a past life, now woven into your garden. Set against a backdrop of soft moss or woodchip mulch, barnwood paths radiate a simple, heartfelt charm that fits perfectly with a cottage garden's timeless spirit. Vintage picture frames filled with pebbles or gravel create charming mini path sections. Each frame acts like a window to the earth, blending garden artistry with practical walkways. Arranging them loosely through a flower-filled space adds playful elegance, offering little snapshots of nature at every step. discarded doors laid flat as wide rustic planks become a bold and beautiful garden pathway. The aged wood and worn paint layers whisper stories of past homes and lives. Topped with pots of blooms or framed by climbing roses, this door-lined path transforms even the simplest backyard into a dreamy storybook setting. Blending weathered bricks with shards of mirror tiles creates a magical, light-filled pathway. Sunlight dances across the surface, while the moss softens every hard line. This shimmering trail feels almost enchanted, perfect for leading visitors deeper into the green, blooming heart of your cottage garden. Old crockery pieces mixed with marbles and smooth stones create a colorful, textured garden path full of surprise and wonder. Each step reveals tiny treasures underfoot. Pairing this path with bold blooms like delphiniums and hollyhocks makes every stroll feel like stepping through a living, vibrant patchwork quilt. A discarded trellis panel can be repurposed as a charming raised walkway, especially over softer garden ground. Its open design lets greenery peek through playfully. Lined with fragrant climbers like sweet peas or morning glories, this boardwalk invites you to drift slowly through a tunnel of scent and color. Old metal bed frames transformed into archways add a vintage wonder to a simple gravel path. Their curves create a sense of journey and anticipation with every step. Twining the arches with clematis or climbing roses softens the metal and frames your pathway with natural, cascading beauty, like a living, breathing hallway. Crushed terracotta creates a warm Mediterranean feel underfoot, perfectly suited for a sunny cottage garden. Its rosy hues glow beautifully in the afternoon light. Flanking the path with rosemary not only fills the air with delightful scent, but also brings evergreen structure and old-world romance to your garden design. Thank you so much for joining me today, as we wandered through 30 magical and affordable cottage garden pathways. I hope you found plenty of inspiration to start creating your own dreamy, eco-friendly garden trails. Remember, with a little creativity and a love for nature, even the simplest materials can craft a breathtaking transformation. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Time for Gardening for more beautiful ideas, and leave a comment sharing which pathway inspired you the most. Your support truly helps our garden-loving community grow.